Trump's snap cuts left millions hungry. Shocking bombshell. Trump's snap cuts are now devastating families across America. In Alabama alone, massive removals have dropped 50,000 people from food assistance overnight. You need to see the human cost. Mothers are now forced to choose between medicine and meals for their children. Is this the new reality for millions? What happens when the safety net collapses? Revealed. The fraud allegations driving these cuts are being questioned by experts. While officials claim waste is the target, real families are losing their only source of food. In Arizona, senior citizens now skip entire days without eating. You are witnessing a massive crisis unfold. But is the fraud narrative just a cover for something darker? The truth is shocking. Bombshell. Thousands of children are now going to bed hungry because of these cuts. In Alabama, food banks are overwhelmed and running out of supplies. You need to understand the scale. Entire communities are being pushed into starvation. Meanwhile, the government insists the system was broken. But who really pays the price for these massive changes? Find out now. Shocking new data reveals food insecurity rates have skyrocketed since the cuts took effect. In Arizona, mothers report eating only every other day to stretch limited resources. You are seeing a massive public health crisis emerge. Hospitals report increased emergency visits for hunger-related illnesses. Is this the intended consequence of policy decisions? The evidence is revealed now. Revealed. Senior citizens are among the hardest hit by these snap cuts. In Arizona, elderly people on fixed incomes must now choose between rent and food. You need to see the heartbreaking reality. People who worked their whole lives are now starving. Thousands have been dropped with no warning or explanation. How can this be happening in America? Shocking truth inside. Bombshell. Experts warn these cuts could trigger a massive wave of malnutrition across the country. Doctors report seeing patients with vitamin deficiencies for the first time in decades. You are witnessing a preventable catastrophe. In Alabama, community leaders say the damage is already irreversible. What will happen when winter comes and families have even less? Tension grows daily. Shocking. The full impact of these cuts is only beginning to surface. In Arizona, food pantries report 3 times the usual demand with half the supplies. You need to understand the urgency. People are desperate. Without immediate intervention, experts predict a massive surge in homelessness and health emergencies. The clock is ticking for millions of vulnerable Americans. Act now. Revealed. Hidden in the fine print of the policy are loopholes that let states cut benefits without oversight. Alabama dropped 50,000 people with minimal public notice. You are seeing a quiet crisis that no one is talking about. Meanwhile, reports of food insecurity are being downplayed by officials. What else are they hiding? The bombshell details are shocking. Bombshell. This crisis has broader implications for the entire nation. Child hunger rates are climbing while school meal programs face funding cuts. You need to see the bigger picture. A generation of children could face long-term health consequences. Economists warn that hunger leads to massive healthcare costs down the line. The bold truth is this crisis affects everyone. Shocking final truth. These cuts are not saving money, they are creating a bigger disaster. Emergency rooms, food banks, and social services are buckling under new demand. You have seen the evidence of families going hungry. Now is the time to share this story and demand action. The crisis is real, and it is getting worse every single day. Urgency now.